Goodness, what a day. We've had great improvements with her. She's about to go to sleep. Hang on there, Missy Pooh. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let's get it up over here. So today, she started bonding with the other two, my other two bulldogs. And it was good to see. Me and my wife were a little worried that we bit off more than we could chew. And it turns out it's going to be okay, hopefully. So, go ahead and sit down. Good girl. Just go ahead and lay down. Give yourself a little pat on the back, little girl. Let's see. Let's make sure we are live. Yes, we are. Okay. And then we'll just add a little bit of... Oh, let me turn that off. Oh, I know that's coffee. Want some coffee? What do you smell here? This is Corlita's beef jerky. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's say hello all. Oh, return. Boom, boom. Nope. Did I pause it? Hang on, let me catch up. Why is the screen blank? Oh my gosh. Hang on. Let's start all over. Let's pretend like we're professional. Oh, it's a baby girl. Oh, what a day, huh? Went to work with me. Just make sure the chat's working. Hello. All. Boom and boom. There we go. We are live. Okay. So this is Dolly. She's doing a great job. She's fitting in with the family. She's happy that she got into this family. The other members, and I'm talking my two other kids, Oliver and Penelope, are a little, they're getting used to her. So we're just going to get her to go to sleep. I'm going to put her on her bed down here. And when she falls asleep, I'll put her back up here. So everybody say hi. Oh, you just want to sit here and talk for a minute? Okay. Why don't you lay down? Why don't you lay down? She's been running around with the other two. They're running around the house. When she gets the zoomies and runs, the other two follow. They're playing, they're barking, they're not growling as much. I will give you an update on a video after this show. I have a lot of work to do tonight to show her fitting into this family. It is a family of 5 now. We had 2 English bulldogs before. I have a 3-year-old Penelope who is antisocial with not people but other dogs. She was my plan 3 years ago to get her and make her a superstar. How you doing, LK? She is 8 weeks old, and this is Dolly. She's going to go everywhere with me. When I go on fishing trips, she's going to go. When I go on diving trips, she's going to go. We have to wait for her parvo shots. She's 8 weeks. We got to wait till 16 weeks, and then she can hang out with other dogs. I'm going to get her socialized with other dogs. Hey, you, come here. Oh, here you go. There you go. There's something to chew on. So she's going to go on my dive boats every time I'm out there. I'm getting her kennel trained. The kennel is right there. If you follow me on Facebook, you saw pictures of her sleeping on her back in my truck. And she just gets in there and goes to sleep. She doesn't whine. She's doing really well. So I'm super, super happy. Maybe we could just get her to fall asleep right here. I have lobsters I'm going to get to right here to finish up the taxidermy. Right there. And we'll get to that after she falls asleep. There you go, little girl. There you go. So, I have, my wife gave me 2 years with this puppy. And thank you very much, Wildflower. My wife gave me 2 years. Bulldogs live a short life. 7 years is a good life. 10 years is borrowed time. Sometimes they live up to 12 years. They're a breed that they have respiratory problems, they have hip problems. All they do is sleep normally. And except for the first 2 years, they are puppies and they like that adventure. She's outside running around. My other two are like, time for a nap. So, she's got a lot of love in this family. The brother and sister, like I said, we're having a hard time. My son will accept anybody. My daughter, she doesn't like anybody except for her brother and her mom and me. and she's learning to like her sister. It's just like having a third child. You gotta bring, if you're gonna bring one into the family, cheers, everybody. They do. My first one had head tremors, seizures, and we didn't even know how to do a bulldog. We had Louis for 11 and a half years, and so what we do is we give him a spoonful of yogurt, and it would stop his head tremors. Oh, she's just gonna fall asleep right here. This is perfect. Thank you, thank you. You're doing a great job. Can you face the camera though? We'll just make you face the camera. So she's been playing with her brother and sister for about, well, I got home at around 3. It's 5:30, and oh, you got the hiccups. You got the hiccups. Now, last night, my God, I will tell you this, that it's tough, but I want a bulldog that's potty trained. So, where did your messages go? Okay, don't retract your message. They were great messages. Seizures, you're absolutely right. They do have seizures. Hopefully this one won't. We have pet insurance. And what's going on, Matt? We have pet insurance. Great show today on Dave's show, your saltwater guy. He had the Wicked Tuna guy. I could listen to those guys' accents all day long. I just think they're tremendous. You want some beef jerky? Well, maybe not, because you're going to fart all night. She is sleeping up in bed with us. I know. Thank you, LK. She is sleeping up in bed with us. Oliver, my 4-year-old, he's about 75 pounds. He sleeps in his own bedroom. He has his own bed. He sleeps with us until we go to bed, and then he gets in his bed. Penelope's having a hard time, the 3-year-old, adjusting, but we had breakthroughs today. She sniffed her. She started less growling at her. I let her figure out where she is in the pack, as long as there's no biting or hurting. So if they want to growl at each other, they can growl at each other. And if it gets too rough, I'll step in. You just have to be the alpha dog. So I've done this with 3 other ones pretty successfully. This one, it's starting off perfectly. I want to get her used to anything and everything. So the kennel has to be, because if she's on the dive boat and I'm underwater, I don't want to tie her up where she can choke or get out. I just want her to lay down, and when I come up after about an hour of a dive, I'll come up, she'll lick the fish that I killed, and you're going to see a lot with this puppy. This puppy for 2 years is going to be my travel compartment, my travel companion. My other ones will not travel with me. They are OCD dogs. They like their routines. When they're young for 2 years, this is what you get. You get playful. She was outside. She's adventurous. She's just doing great. And she's just trying to fit into this family. And Penelope was saying no. And that today, she's going to be the best big sister. I already know it. She's going to be protective. So when people come over, I have to recognize that, because she's part of the pack now. She knows where she sits. She's the 3rd child. She's the class clown, the artist of the family. Hello, I'm scrolling through lives and I am here. I just wanted to say hi. Hey, hello, how are you? My show is about, I go down scuba dive, I grab lobsters during lobster seasons, I take them apart, I take all the meat out, and then I give the meat to people. I can't sell it, I can't bargain, I can't trade. Okay. The wardens watch everything I do. I live here in California. We have ridiculous rules. So if you don't like the killing of that, I get it. My wife doesn't watch it. But I do turn it into art, and I use it 100%. I make necklaces out of the bones, and it's now halibut season. Lobster season ended 2 nights ago, and now we are on to halibut season. It's a little early, but I'm going to have my buddy who's just got into custom spear guns, make me a custom spear gun out of a halibut that we killed last year that was 200 pounds. 204. Let's give the 4. And then a couple ounces. I have to go back and look. if that's something that interests you, please share me out if you do enjoy this. Um, these it's going to be the adventures, Deckhand, Dolly, and Seawolf. Seawolf. If you want, you really like it, go to the website, check it out, seawolf13.net. And cheers to everybody on a beautiful Friday night. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, you're on it, aren't you? Yeah, Seawolf13. This is live on YouTube, I believe. Am I on YouTube on this? Yeah, I am. Seawolf13. Subscribe, hit the bell. I go live every night at 5:30 to 7:30. But if you follow me on Instagram, is where most of my videos go viral. I have 3 that are at over 700K views. One is the removal of the lobster meat out of that taxidermy lobster right there. I took the whole meat out. So, man, it's just good fun. I'm gonna learn how to cuss less, so I can be. This is my G-rated show with her. Anything that I show with her involved, and I go live, is going to be G-rated. I do have a potty mouth. I do. I got to learn. I've done this for 25 years. I'm pretty successful at it. We just got this from a captain that we watch, and he's down in Long Beach area, and he had a litter of 8. And we didn't need another one, but we saw it, and we're like, wow. And I told my wife, listen, if we get another one, she's mine for 2 years, and my wife kind of needs a break. So do the other 2 kids. This is a puppy. There's a lot of energy here. Getting up every 2.5 hours after you go to sleep. Now my wife falls asleep. I fall asleep around 10. My wife falls asleep around. I'm gonna say my wife falls asleep around 12 or 1, somewhere in there, and then when she falls asleep, she sets my alarm for every 2.5 hours. Next week it will be 3.5 hours. The week after it'll be 4.5 hours. And in about a month, I will be able to sleep through the night again. And so will she. Her bladder's not that big yet. So she's sleeping in bed with us. I don't want any potty in the bed. She hasn't made any mistakes today. She was in the house running around with the other dogs, and she went and found a piddle pad. We never trained her on a piddle pad, so we train her outside, but she's just doing so great. So she'll sleep for about an hour and a half, and then we're gonna get up. It will be dinner time for her and her brother and sister. And how much does the lobsters weigh? Well, that one right there weighed over 11.5 pounds. My biggest is 12.8, and it is it's that one right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. And this is an average size lobster right here. Let me just show you. These ones aren't done. These are let me just make sure it doesn't get up. These ones don't have the antennas on them yet, but these were ones that I got from my first hoop netting trip at the harbor with Justin, the owner was the owner of this dog. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, it's your saltwater guide if you're into fishing and hoop netting. I go underwater. I have tanks. I go down and I grab them out of their home and bring them up. So I'm a different person. And then what I do is I just taxidermy them. So that's about a 3-pound lobster right there. This one is legal. This is about as small as they get. It's completely legal. I need to put antennas on it again. So this is about 1.5 pounds. Now what you got to do is when you're underwater, is you got to measure them from their eyeballs right here to the back of their shell. There's a gauge. Make sure she doesn't move. All right, let me see how big you are from the back to the front. All right, so it has to be right to there for a lobster. You put it right there. If this thing goes over this last rung before the tail, if you put this on and the eyeballs move, it's illegal. They're called clickers. You'll get an $800 fine. They can take all your equipment if they want. Who Who were they? The wardens. So, this is completely legal. It's right there, and it can't be passed here. So, put that on there. I don't care. Just set it right next to her. There you go, little girl. So, what I'm doing is I'm training her with these things. I don't want her to be scared of them when they do come up and they're alive. They can't really hurt her unless she, well, my bulldogs sniff them when they come home. You can see my shorts and videos and reels if you want to go back and see what I'm talking about. Like I said, how heavy is the dog? Oh, sorry. The dog, when we picked her up 4 days ago, I think we've had her for 4 days. It's a blur because of the nights. So my buddy weighed her, and it was 6 pounds. We took her to the vet. She started her puppy package thing, and she was 9 pounds. She's up to 9 pounds. She should be about 40 to 45 pounds for a female. She's a female. Now my male bulldogs, I've had 2. One died after 11 and a half years. King Louie is what we call him. And he was 75 pounds, a little overweight. Okay. Oliver is about 65 pounds, and he needs to lose 5 pounds because otherwise his knees and joints will be affected in his lifetime. So, this puppy right here is, Matt, you don't have to kick her off on this channel because I'm not going to cuss tonight. It's Friday night, and my channel is 18 and over, but Deckhand Dolly is going to have her own page if you want to follow her adventures, and there'll be no cussing, there won't be any comments, and there'll be cute music with it. That's it. I will explain on my social media, Seawolf13 on Instagram and Facebook. Let me turn off the heater, it's super hot. On my Facebook page and Instagram, you'll see her fitting in with the family this week. I'm gonna after this show. Oh. Okay, said earlier that she was 7. Oh, 7. Oh no. Yeah. I didn't know you were a 7-year-old. I apologize. I'm gonna have to kick you honestly, and I don't want you seeing an adult drinking and cussing. So it's nothing against you. You're a wonderful kid, but 7's a little too young for my viewership. I apologize, and don't ask your friends to watch me. But honestly, I didn't know she was 7. Bob or somebody with the blue, can you just, or just, okay, listen, I don't know what to say. I don't live life. My dog is 14 and 15 and 14. Oh man, we have so much in common about puppies. Follow Deckhand Dolly, okay, on YouTube. Deckhand Dolly. And I promise you there'll be no cussing. You won't see any of the killing of the fish on her channel. It's just cute videos, and my wife's going to be in charge of it, and she'll be putting them up. Today you'll see her fitting in the family, running around, chasing my 2 other big bulldogs around the house with the hardwood floors, and she's sliding everywhere. She's going to get used to the hardwood floors. So I think that's more of an appropriate channel for kids. This is my G-rated show. Not this one. That'll be my G-rated show. So, I think that's good. I mean, man, what are you going to do? Let me just keep going. It's frustrating. I want to get a lot more clientele, but I don't want, listen, kids should not watch me. They shouldn't. I mean, I got buddies that have 3 and 4-year-olds watching me, and they're like, hey, I'm going diving with this guy. And then they buy them. I'm getting little kids clothes for a clothing line for them. The T's, the 4 T's, the 5 T's. Anyway, thank you, thank you. If it was Bob or Matt or whoever kicked her, or yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's the problem with the internet. You don't know who you're meeting. Everything on my show is rated 18 and over. Kids know how to get around that. Kids know how to get ghost accounts. My demographic is, they say, is 18-year-old to 37 males. And then you bring in a cute bulldog and you start talking bulldog talk. So I am going to listen to your saltwater guide, Dave, and I got to clean up my act just a little bit. It's not changing. It's not selling out. It is, it's just, I guess, growing and maturing. I am going to go to the next meeting. Compliments to the brewery. Now I can drink and burp. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she'll wake up. I think she's in a deep sleep. So I can have my beef jerky. Nothing for you. Nothing for you. You go back to sleep. You go right back to sleep, okay? All right. You're doing so good. You don't even have to be on your bed. You can just lay here. This is perfect. Okay, back to the show. So, I was going to put, since she's laying here, I was going to put these bugs that we got, the four of us. Was there four? Hang on. There was me, Justin. There was, Lisa. There was Tina. There was John and Tina Stanley. There was Darren. And then Dwayne. And then we had a deckhand, Anthony, who wanted to lock me in a deckhand bag for the whole show. Okay. So, living the dream. Okay. Man, what a great show, since we're all talking. What a great show that Dave had today. The Wicked Tuna guys, man, that's, to me, I watched that, and I wasn't even a fisherman. I've seen bluefin in the water. It's incredible. As a matter of fact, you can pay about, I think it's $1,500 a person, and they take you out in San Diego, and you're ready with your guns cocked, and you get on a school and you jump in, and you can shoot one with the float line and the buoys, the atmosphere buoys. If you want to pay extra, you get a helicopter to spot, so you don't have to sit there looking for them. They just tell you right where they're at. Let's see if it was good, cool having Paul on today. Yes. And the greatest thing about Paul is he was so excited about, he watches Justin. He watches with us. So he's watching with us. He doesn't comment, or maybe he does and I just don't recognize the name. I don't know. I'm going to try taking a bite without her knowing. Oh, absolutely delicious. And the fact that he wants to come out and do this, and they're going to go out and do that, man. November, I'm full swing into lobster season. I normally do, I shouldn't be into this on a live show, but whatever. I normally do 3 trips in October. I do the opener. We go to Cortez, Banks, if it's weather permitting. There's been times where we try to get out there and we can't get there, so we normally end up at SBI. If somebody gets If somebody gets a bins, then we start working Catalina and drop that person off at the, she fell right asleep, love. Look at her.
Yeah, I wear her out. You get her while she sleeps.
Oh, she hears Mama.
Hi, baby girl.
You want to take her? Or are you having fun?
I could use the break.
Okay, she can use a break. Listen, we were up all night. She likes to snuggle. What does she like to do to your? Chew on your ears.
Sleep on my neck.
Sleep on her neck. Chew on her ears. I finally, we had Penelope sleeping and having a nightmare last night about her because she's never had that. Did you hear her last night?
Well, it's because she was trying to cuddle her.
No, she was up with me.
Oh.
She started just dreaming. You know how she goes? She was barking and growling.
If she doesn't fall back asleep, let me know. I'll come get her.
Oh, she will.
We ran around like crazy.
I know. I can't wait to make that video. Okay. All right. You can just lay down. Your mama's going to be there. She needs a break from you. You are a lot of work. Okay, but you're beautiful. I'll put in the work with you. All right. Here. You know what? Probably not supposed to do this, but here you go. Try that. All right. No more. I'm just going to make you fart tonight. All right. All right. Great question, Matt. I'm going to go down to San Diego probably in 2 weeks. My buddy that's making the custom spear guns, I need to meet up with him. I'm also dropping off the leather of lingcod for my nephew. He lives in San Diego. I have to get him a cobbler machine for the shoes. And they're not going to be like the shoes you guys saw. They're going to be better than those shoes because he's going to take them all apart and re-sew them. He went to college for it. So he's going to sew them back together. Everything that I kill that's new. I'm going to have a pair of halibut Air Force Ones. I'm going to have a pair of the leopard shark. I already know where I'm going for that. I've seen 2 of them and they're 7 feet and I can bring them in anytime. All you have to do is kill fish and they come straight to you. So I will be doing those ones with a float line. I don't know if Justin wants to do it with me. I kind of talked about it with him. We have to work out what's legal and what's not legal. Because we're being watched. We're being watched by our own government here in California. Now, I'm not a conspiracy person, or maybe I am. I don't know. But I will say this. Lobster's my life. I get bored of it after October. I really do. Because I've already got 3 trips of 21. I got to come home. I got to process them. Now I know I can turn them into sausage, lobster sausage. It's a byproduct. I can be cooking them up for 4th of July. I'm pretty excited. She will be eating lobsters, not from the harbor. Listen, I'm a purist. I'm not going to let my puppy eat lobsters from the harbor. I'm sorry. If you want to see the water of the alcohol, I just got these ones out of. It is disgusting. They're harbor bugs. I'm a purist. They're mine. I get from the over there. So, I'm not, listen, I will be hoop netting next year. This is my plan for next year. Okay? 3 days on, 4 days back at home. 3 days with her. I'll be free diving with, I have buddies that were going to take me free diving. They're really good free divers. I'll be free diving 1 day for 7. I will be scuba diving, which I'm the best at because I've been trained by the best, for 7 the next day. I have to get a multi-day pass or whatever you have to do to travel with them like this. So you can have up to 21 in your possession. So that being said, my work schedule for next year will be, I'm going to blow out the numbers. I don't know how many weeks that is. If I don't get sick or if I just keep going down, coming back, going down, coming back, processing, getting rid of all the lobsters or turning them into sausages, lobster dogs, lobster bites. I prefer just a hamburger meat. They don't even have to be in sausage form. It's better. Instead of crab cakes, you make lobster cakes, and they're delicious. You guys watched the sliders. They were goddamn delicious. They were harbor bugs, and I didn't die and get sick, or not yet, at least. All right, listen. You're not going to get any more of that beef jerky, so you need to just lay down. Lay down. Go to sleep. Who's this? Is this your new friend? What do you think? Oh my goodness, you're not scared. Good. Good. Yeah, look at that thing. No, you can't eat it. I'm sorry. But good. I'll get you a chew toy like one. We'll get you a lobster chew toy. How about that? She will be going with me all next year down there. Driving back when I'm live, I'll either be talking to you guys or talking to her. And we're just going to have a great life for 2 lobster seasons, and then she'll be kicked. Who is this? Is that a new cuddle buddy? Yes, Trent. This is Deckhand Dolly. She's going to go everywhere with me. I've already talked to the Peace Boat owners. They said yes. The trip that I'm going to do in October, my buddy Ryan, it's the second weekend after the Bug Brothers. She's allowed on that boat. And other than that, she will be going on Justin's boat when I hoop net. She'll be on Justin's boat. And if I'm not on Justin's boat, I'm on some new friends that I met down there that just go out hoop netting. Some of them don't want to be live, so I won't be live on some of those. That's fine. She's just gonna be tagging along with me. I got a ride or die for 2 years. Now, she is having a hard time fitting in with a family, except for today. Today was a turning point, and oh yes, I know, you're sleepy. Go ahead, lay down. Go to sleep. Look at, I got her trained already. So, this is Dolly. Trent, I'm not going to bring her up to your house. You have dogs. I know your parents watch your dogs, so I know you're dog friendly. But she's my new ride or die. And you're just going to watch her. I'm going to go bluefin fishing. And when this is why the 7-year-old couldn't watch. Thank you for kicking her off. Or him. I don't know if it was him or her. Because I've been on those boats, and when the bite's on and they're pulling up bluefin after bluefin and they're spiking the brains and bleeding them out, you're an ankle deep of blood on the deck. Can you imagine this thing being an ankle deep, just having the time of her life? It's almost like Dexter, right? Blood in, blood out. So, it's my style of parenting. That's all I can say. That'll be a badass, man. What are you guys talking about? No, I gotta stay focused. I start looking at your comments and then I'll go crazy. But yeah, JC, July, I know you were planning on going back east to Boston or somewhere with your Marine buddies in July. I hope you're here for the Grunion run. I would like to do the Grunion run with you. Don't change plans because of me. But me and Dolly would like to do the Grunion run in July. And I would like to get my 30 Grunion. If I bring my wife, I guess I can have 60. And that's something she can do. My wife does not go out on the water. She just gets seasick, even in the harbor. So, next year, maybe she'll go with me, with Dolly. So instead of 7 lobsters that night, I can have 14. That would be kind of cool. So, and it's a great experience. You're only out there for 5 hours, unless you go. It's 7 hours if you want to catch a thresher shark. Now you're going to see a thresher shark that I'm going to catch because I'm going to do it, and I'm going to taxidermy the tail like I did, or I'm not. What if I just let my dog chew on the tail if it's not taxidermy? So, Deckhand Dolly and Deckhand Wifey. Yeah. That's Mrs. Seawolf, but yeah. She ain't no deckhand. She's a queen Seawolf. So, but we also have 2 other dogs that are old enough and set in their ways. We do have a person that comes over and watches them, but they have their own personalities, and if they, I don't know. This one, for 2 years, they don't have personalities. They just want to, this is a third child. This is me, right? I was a third child. Gonna be quirky. Gonna be the class clown. Uneducated? I don't know. She seems to be pretty educated by being potty trained. Took me probably, I don't know, my mom's not on here, but it took me about, well, no, I had an older brother to show me how to pee. So, and a sister. So I believe Oliver and Penelope are showing her. Now Penelope, when she poops, her tail is not formed right, so she has a deep pocket. So a little Hershey, we call it a Hershey kiss, stays in there. As she got older, she knows how to shake it and run inside. But when she was a puppy like this, she would come inside and just like start scooting on her butt. We have hardwood floors. We're very clean people, but so we started wiping her butt, and now we wipe all their butts. If they're going to be up in bed with us, I don't want any kind of fecal matter anywhere from our dogs. So that's why I guess the 7-year-old had to be kicked. Good job on you guys. So my buddy Trent was there when we my buddy Trent was there when he was hunting for fish, and that's where I saw the leopard sharks. I know right where they're at. And it was a good sized one. I don't know what the world record is. I'm not a free diver. I'm not taking any records away from any free divers. As a matter of fact, for you free divers out there, I want you to hear something pretty cool. Now, I've made up with the free divers. Our dogs roll in chicken and sleep in bed with us. I got a buddy in Oregon, the one that I'm going to hook Darren up with when he goes up there to visit his daughter. A great fisherman. He's the one that took me on the bluefin boats. He lived, and I there was a chicken laying in his bed on his pillows, his favorite chicken, and she laid an egg right on the pillow. I'm like, Mark, are you gonna change the sheets? He goes, nah. Come on, Brent. Don't be such a germaphobe. I think I'm just trying to clean up my language. So, that being said, this little girl's gonna go everywhere with me. She's gonna go to Oregon with me, steelhead fishing. She's gonna be well trained. It ain't gonna be like my two nutcases there. Deckhand Dolly is this Brent's wife. Wait. Look good people. Oh no, that's Bill. Bill told me that's my buddy Bill. I said I already have Deckhand Dollies, and he said no, I have it. That's Terry's garage normally, and he stuck with it for 6 more days, and then I'm gonna take over the name. I thought I had the name, so yeah. Hey Bill, yeah. So as soon as my show's done, Bill, in a half an hour, I'll it's funny seeing Deckhand Dolly. You're right, man. Oh, jeez. It's like Deckhand Dolly's talking, but she's sleeping. So I have a lot planned. So the next time I get in the water is probably either tomorrow. She's not going yet. She doesn't have her parvo. It's on my buddy's boat, and it's a new boat, so if he says I can bring her, I'll bring her. She's kettle trained, so I'll wear her out right before we get to the dive site, put her in there, make sure she's sleeping like this. I mean, she'll sleep like this for the rest of the night, but then you have to wake her up to go potty, otherwise she'll stand up. She can't jump off beds yet or jump down or anything like that. And bulldogs, you don't want jumping or going downstairs because they're joints and stuff. So Yeah. He took my name because I told him he couldn't have it. I already have it. And he goes, no, I have it. And then he tried to get his old name back, and they won't give it back to him for 6 more days, 7 days, they said. So, Deckhand Dolly will be probably my wife. She's going to be running that. I'm going to be editing all the videos for her, but she'll be putting up pictures throughout the day and whatnot. I have not seen any halibut yet, but in 2 weeks, not this weekend, next weekend. I haven't even looked, Trent. I haven't even gone in the water. I've been dealing with hoop netting and the PCS show, going to pick up dogs, training a dog. Yeah, I mean, I guess me and my wife just forgot. It's only been 3 years with Penelope, but I guess you just forget about this stage. This is hands-on, especially if you want one that's potty trained. And I don't have money to pay somebody to potty train it, so just get up every 2.5 hours. Next week it'll be 3.5 hours, and then in a blink of an eye, I know. A narcissist that gets up all night long. A narcissist would make my wife do it. She wanted a puppy, right? All right. You want me to remove Deckhand Dollies? No. Don't get on Bill's bad side. Holy Toledo. Oh, no. If I can tell you how much fun me and Bill have, he's made me sane. And I know a lot of people think I'm insane. People that really know me know I'm a very sane, calculated person. This social media is no problem for me. I already know how to make it work. I do have to reinvent myself, like Dave said. I do have to stop cussing. If I just opened a new page and started over, I would progress so rapidly, it would be stupid. So I'm going to try with her. And I don't know. Can blue people and people with blue in their names, can they go at war with each other? That would be funny. Oh my God. Anyway, let me just keep rolling with the show. Don't listen. Don't start that. I do want to say this. I am going to get into free diving a little bit more next season for lobsters. And I'm going to go with people that really know what they're doing. And I'm going to have tanks on the boat just in case I see one and I can't get to it and it's the world record. I do want the world record. And plus, I went and picked up a 150-gallon tank that my buddy gave me. It's over there. I have CRL in it. I'm going to clean it. I know nothing about saltwater tanks. I know you have to check the selenium. I think that's what it's called. I'll figure it out. And what I'm going to do is I got to find out if it's legal. I'll go hand catch a halibut. Put it in a tank with air in it, right? Aeration. And bring it back here and put it back in the tank. And then eat it whenever I want to. I don't know if that's legal or not. So I'll find out. As you can see, last year I was hand petting halibut. That's how good I am at this. I get my limit of 2. Up here it's 2. Down there it's 5. If I do one dive down there, I'll show you I can get 5. I've already done it on a video. There was no editing involved in that. Well, I mean there was. You can't just watch an hour of looking at sand. But I could go get 5 anytime. Now, Trent, back to your question. Saturday or next week, I'm gonna go down to Captain Ian's area, San Diego. We're gonna go over the gun that I'm making for my buddy Star that I'm gonna use for halibut season. It's gonna be a custom gun with the leather from the halibut, the 204 halibut, 204 pound halibut, and the spine. We're gonna work that in before we epoxy it. It's gonna have 3 bands on it. It's gonna be a revert. It's gonna have the trigger on the very back, and then I will give this. The rifle that I'm using is Trent's. He bought a whole bunch of them. I'm going to give that back to him. I'm going to try to get mine fixed. I don't know if I can. Otherwise, it just stays up on the wall over there. And I'm just going to go from custom gun to custom gun. Now, my buddy Ian will be able to put your name in your gun if you're an Eagle Maniac like me. Mine's not going to say Seawolf on the first one because it's going to go to Star. It might have my emblem in it. Whee! And if this works out, this emblem will have one of his custom spear guns in it. That's the truth. So, we're just going to see where it goes. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We've had fun. He makes excellent guns already. And here's the problem with custom spear guns. It's all word of mouth. And Captain Ian's a young dad of 2 young kids. But he's raising them right. He brings them out on the ocean on his boat. They go over to the islands for the day. They let them swim around. They're little water pollywogs. Those kids are going to be more dominant than I can ever think I could be. Captain Ian was somebody very crucial in my life with these lobsters. Now, I know now I'm just a maniac that tattoos everything, and I've trained enough guys like Trent, and the list is about 10 guys that I've trained. I didn't train them. They just ask if they can go on a dive with me. If you know what you're doing and you're a dominant male or a dominant female, you could take over from there. You normally don't want to dive with me after the first dive because I don't give anything to anybody. Including my own daughter. And now, I was so successful. The rest of my life, I'm just going to devote going out, making sure it's safe. Because shooting a halibut can be super unpredictable. Once you kill something that's 25 to 35 pounds underwater, the sharks do come in. You're not going to see a shark normally. You're going to feel their presence. But you're going to see sea lions. Now, in California, they're federally protected. Don't touch them. You're allowed to stand your ground. Do not shoot a sea lion. You'll lose your gun. I have a $700 gun. My custom gun's going to be, I don't even know what his price point is. If you are interested in one of his first guns, you can DM me right now, and we'll get you going. You have to have an idea of what you want. If you want it to be a halibut you killed, and you want the same kind of concept of putting the skin, I can get the skin off it. That's all skin up there, right there. That's 40. That is, my last year was, how many were there? 43 halibut. So if you do that times, that's 86, because you do both sides. I got the gray and I got the white side. The shoes are coming. I'm going to have halibut shoes. We can even put the fins in the gun too. I mean, there's so much that we can do. I'm excited. I mean, I just started this new career. I've had 3 successful businesses before, and all I need right now they don't have gaping assholes. They have the thing where you can finger them and you can tell what their sex is. I can tell underwater because the male halibut, if you see 5 halibut and they're all the same size and they got the narrower look, don't shoot any of them. Go up, survey the area if it's crystal clear. They're all facing the female. They want the female. This is a little tip. I know it's hard not to shoot 5 halibut, but the female's right around there, within 10 to 15 feet. Now, if you don't want to kill a female, okay. I don't care male or female, but if I see 5 males, I know the big female's there, and I want size, I want shock, I want, oh my God, he just killed all those eggs. All right, I'll cook them up, I'll barbecue them, I'll smoke them. Compliments the brewery. You are so beautiful. There you go. Look at that. We are going to have a fun adventures. 2 years I get with this one. Then we put her into the herd. This I call it the wolf pack. Seawolf wolf pack. She's fitting in great. Penelope was devastated, angry, and now she's coming back like a champion. She's going to protect her sister, so I do have to watch when people come over. Because you just have to know this breed. And it's like me. Once I accept you, I'll kick you out. I mean, I accepted my daughter and son, and they decided not to talk to me, so I guess I kicked them out. I don't know. That's a weird one for me. Captain Ian got to meet her. Captain Ian got to hang out with her for years. So watch her grow. Captain even said, wow, I hope someday when I have kids, I have a relationship like that. And now he does have kids, and he is having a relationship like that. Always put your kids first, everybody, even through a divorce. Anyway, halibut is my new thing. And I'm excited. Will I get one tomorrow or Sunday? Maybe. I'm going to be going for lingcods though, so I doubt it. They don't really hang out on rocks, but I do shoot them on rocks all the time. I believe they go on rocks to get rid of the sea lice on them, or whatever those little things are. I think they're called sea lice. I even had a professional guy say, hey, I've been watching your videos and you're shooting them all on rocks. This is kind of rare. And I said, I know. That's how I learned how to shoot them in the head. Because if you're going to be spearing them, fishermen, you don't understand this, but if you spear them, and you spear them from behind, and they're on a rock, your spear stops as soon as it hits the rock. If the flaps don't go through, it'll go straight and take off. And then you've lost it. Unless you know how to follow blood trail underwater, which I kind of do. The knowledge that's in my head about halibut and lobster is just insane. And diving wise, fishing wise, I'm a new kid. I'm a little schoolboy just wanting to learn. And I am going to go out with a lot of captains that really know what they're doing. Do I have to pay like the rest of you? Absolutely. Costs money to run those boats, even to fire them up, the maintenance on them. I got one out of my driveway. It's going to get an overhaul in the next couple months. Get ready for halibut season. I'll be going 3 to 4 times a week here. We're going to be diving in lithium battery juice. In 20 years, is there going to be a class action lawsuit because I lost my hair because of cancer? I don't know, because I don't have hair. I've been there when a couple people that were family members have died from cancer. And there's no way I'd put any of my family members in a home. I'll sit there with them. I'll hold their hand. I'll let them gargle on their own juices till they're dead. Best thing you can do is lay them flat. Don't lift them up, otherwise it comes back up. Harsh reality. That's why we don't have that 7-year-old in the room right now. Some parents would protect her from that. My dad didn't. Open casket. He says we're going to the funeral. Why? Because he trained me to be a man. And here I am at 54. Outlived him by a year. I don't plan on going anywhere. I plan on being very successful with this next business, social media. Now I'm a triple threat for lobsters. I got hoop netting. So even if I have to have surgery on my knees or anything like that, or if I get hurt or I get the bends and I can't go underwater, now I can hoop net for a season. next season, you're going to see numbers from me that is going to blow everybody's brains just apart. Like, no way. Am I going to be under investigation? Sure. Am I traveling back and forth the right way? I believe so. How you doing, country girl? My work schedule next lobster season, I'm very excited. I have a saltwater tank, 150 gallon, that I'm cleaning right now. I'm getting the calcium buildup off. Do I know how to do that? No. Will I figure it out? Okay. I got until October. Can I bring back fish that I grab by hand? I don't know if it's legal, but man, here's this. I will tell you this. I can go up to a halibut with one of those little kid poles underwater. I mean, I don't know. If you want to sponsor me with one of your reels, I'll take it down there. I'll catch a fish underwater. Let you watch. Reel it in. There won't be any damage to it. Or I can hand grab them. Now, I can't, listen, I know I can't do this. I can't get a bag in front of it and put it in there and then tickle it from behind and let it go in the bag and catch it. That's illegal. I don't know why, but it is. So, I'll put a hook through its lip. And then I'll put it on a stringer without breaking its gill. I'll bring it up. I'll have, I don't know, if Deckhand Sports wants to give me one of their bags, I'll throw you a video. It's gonna go viral. I don't know. Everything I do does 50 to 60,000 right now. Some of them do 100, 700K. 3 of them on Insta. Everybody asks me my whole life, what's your business plan? Well, I don't have a business plan. When I wake up, I piss excellence. And now that I got Deckhand Dolly as an arsenal, where I can be rated G, turn off the comments, put on cute music, this dog will have blood and slime of a halibut all over it. That's why it has to be kennel trained. It's going to be in the camper with me. I do have a bathroom and a shower, outside shower, sure. Get her all cleaned up. She'll have a life vest on. Hopefully I can teach her how to swim. And I'm just going to rock this. I'm going to rock this for 20 years. So, I mean, if I do 2 dogs, if I do 2 years each dog, my wife said she wants up to 10 bulldogs. I have to make money to have help. There's no way I'm doing this again. This is 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. It's funny. I got cameras all over my house in case the wardens show up or anybody else. And I'm out there at 2:30 and I'm telling her, go potty, go potty. And then I gotta piss. So I start pissing. My wife texts me in the morning of the picture cam of me just peeing outside, right, with a dog. Oh, yeah, I'm teaching her. Is that good parenting? I think so. You might disagree. Don't come around and try to videotape me. You're on my property. Jesus, I'm on 2.5 acres. You're going to get hurt. It's California. I got squirt guns. I also have mountain lions out there. There's no way I'm letting a mountain lion take this from me. Hawks right now can grab this. They've been out there just looking, sitting in the trees. Going, "Arr!" See, this is where being a dominant male comes into effect. And I'm your dad, Emily, and I'm your dad, Weston. You guys have a beautiful weekend. I wish you could experience this with me. This is your sister, but you choose to hate, and you got paid from your grandpa not to talk to me. You guys have a blessed night. We're not going to leave it at that. Dolly, it's time to eat. You ready? You ready to go see your brother and sister? You guys have a great night. As soon as I learn how to turn off the show.